We're on the what I like to call the Loubiere, Bellevue Chopin, Pichelin, Granby Road. You know, as the first phase of the project. Eventually, we will get to Bagatelle. You know, the cost was much higher than the resources that we had from the United Kingdom government. Plus, we had to borrow an additional sum from the Caribbean Development Bank to ensure that bridges like Mitcham were part of the project. I think so far we're very satisfied. I think the engineering and of course the contractor and the supervising firm are doing a pretty good job under the circumstances. It is not an easy terrain to work with. The bridges that have been constructed, there are challenges with the river flow and the natural flow of the river. You know, one has to employ a lot of engineering methods and practices there. So, but I think at the end of the day, we will have a much improved communication network from Roseau to Granby and of course to Bagatelle. You know, we can see the extent of the work, the extent of the concrete and steel. I mean, just this platform here, as you can see, I mean, we could do a number of feeder roads with the concrete that's in there. You know, we could cast a number of foundations for homes with this concrete. You know, but that's the reality of the Dominican terrain, as I've said many times. We love the fresh water. We can drink water from every river in Dominica, every stream in Dominica. But that also pose a challenge in terms of infrastructural development. You know, additional costs. So in some countries you may pay $2 million per kilometer. In Dominica is about $6 million. You know, and of course when you look at the bridges, the span, the extent of these bridges, to ensure that we build resilience and we can mitigate against the impact of climate change and so forth. So we find a situation where we're spending 45% more than you would have spent otherwise. But these are investments that are necessary because we're building a resilient nation. We want to ensure that when people crossing Pichelin and Mitcham and the Snock Corner, that they're traversing on very solid bridges. And so the engineering has been very circumspect with the designs and of course the implementation.